Hey guys, me3, and this is just gonna be something, I guess. I don't know. I was thinking for some reason I wanted to record this, so I'm just going to record it and see what happens. If you recall in my last package video, I got Oblivia and Noah here. And yeah, they didn't exactly come in the best shape. I thought they were gonna be in like really good condition, and then someone had a buzz cut. And after I got inside and took the gloves off, I noticed how greasy Noah was, and I was like, oh god. So actually these guys have been through the wash twice. And that's one reason he's kind of on there. The other reason is the wash normally doesn't really take a lot of the airbrush off, but I put it in a very big, delicate bag, and it kind of washed his coloring off to the point where the airbrush was like almost completely gone on him. So the reason he's up there right now is I actually just drew on more airbrush. So he looks a little bit different from when I opened him, and actually I think it looks pretty good. I think the eyebrows actually look really, really nice. I was surprised I was able to get them that good. The muzzle, I think it looks a little more faded. Like it fades too much. I think it actually looks pretty decent. I'm just setting them up there. It's dry to the touch and it's not gonna rub off. I just want to be sure before I mix them in with my other Webkinz. And like when comparing him to Sage, who I don't think I have ever washed, you can definitely see a little bit of a difference. I don't think it's very big. I actually think on camera he looks like he's in better condition than she is, but he is actually much worse. Oh yeah, he doesn't have any on his tail, so you can see that's entirely washed off. I forgot about the tail. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a video of kind of fixing them up a little bit. I've actually already started on Oblivia, and I know, here's the thing, I'm not gonna be able to fix this. Since I already started, I don't really have a before and after, but I mean, when I opened her, this one had a haircut. It's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to just be trying to smooth some of this out. I also realized that they trimmed under her muzzle, which is not good either. And if you need a refresher, this is what a short-haired Yorkie is supposed to look like. Look how absolute floof Cupcake is. Got nice wide bushy eyebrows, got the black on top of the head, and then she's just buzz cut. Absolutely no floof under the chin. Belly has been shaved, and even for some reason they took like a little knob off of her back. It's so weird. So yeah, we're just gonna be trying to work with this a little bit. Obviously, the fur is gone. It's not gonna grow back, you know, like it will with my kitty. She was getting very knotted, so she got a little summer haircut. I'm not a pet groomer, you can tell. So as much as this pains me to admit, because the cutting is just so uneven, I'm going to have to cut the fur a little bit more to try and blend things. This is just, lady, you, oh, she loves being brushed. You're a good girl. You're a very good girl. There you go, move along. Lady, this is my only charge battery. No, oh god. So I've already kind of smoothed this out so it's not as uneven as you saw when I opened her, but it obviously still needs some work to go. So here's something I'm gonna tell you a little bit about clipping hair. Go at a bit of an angle and just lightly snip it. It makes it look a little bit more natural because you're not just cutting straight across. Don't want to take off too much. I feel like this is about the only way I can kind of make it look somewhat good, because obviously this plush is a little bit beyond complete repair. I mean, it's not going to look great. I feel like that's a given. Lady, I don't like you rubbing your head on a hand that's holding scissors. This is so painful. I can't believe someone did this to a plush. Like, why do you do this to a plush? It's just like, even the back, they took a big old chunk out of the back. Why? Why would you do that? There's a real short area right here. If I brush the fur back, you can see how short that is. I'm just gonna try and blend it to hide the strokes of the scissors. This is just what I've been doing for a little bit before I decided to record, so you can already kind of see the progress. Also, since like all the black is gone, I'm trying to really trim back the black. Now this is more tricky, and I don't really think there's a whole lot I can do because this fur is two-toned, you know, where the tip is black, but I guess I'm gonna have to kind of do something because this is just awful. I mean, the other option is don't damage the plush anymore and leave it, but in my opinion, it's already been damaged, and the eBay seller should have listed this. As a matter of fact, I went back, I'm like, I don't remember it looking like this in the pictures. That's because all the pictures they took at an angle like this where it was hard to see the top of the head, and the belly was not shown in the pictures at all. So you were just left with pictures of an adorable fluffy face and a beautiful silky shiny looking back. And the thing is with like the Yorkshire Terriers too, and even things like the White Terrier, is that the fur is very scruffy, so it'll look like it's in bad condition no matter what, even though it's like brand new. So it's kind of a leap of faith if what you're getting is actually in good shape. The only way you can kind of guarantee is if there's a tag on it and it's brand new, but those often come with like a 70% price increase. So if you don't really care too much about the online, yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if I've actually made this better. This might just be worse. There is a reason I am not a hairstylist. Actually, that's kind of okay-ish. I mean, it's not the most even, but it's also not awful. I'm gonna need to vacuum my room after this. Okay, the chin. The good thing about the bottom of the chin is it's not too bad. This is often where I hide stitches, you know, if I have to do repair on a Webkinz muzzle. This is where I will put the knot. You can kind of tell, you know, by the side of the face here that there has been some chunks taken out of it, but it's not bad, and it's very not noticeable when the plush is fluffed up, which is going to be most of the time. So I am not going to worry about that. I am worrying about this eyebrow a little bit. God, if you're gonna do a haircut on a Webkinz, at least know what you're doing. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm doing a better job than they did. I'm not gonna do anything about this. It's not that, it's on the back, it's a very visible area, and it kind of just looks like a little piece of fur is pushed away. It's okay-ish, I don't know. The belly, this also isn't very noticeable, so I'm just gonna start trimming it up. Other people are doing stuff with their lives. I'm here giving a stuffed animal a haircut. Alright, oh, got fuzz all over the room. Although now that this has been trimmed up, under the chin has been fixed, and the head has been more smoothed out, I actually think this looks pretty okay. I mean, the back of the head still doesn't look great. I don't think there's anything I can really do for the back of the head, because this chunk just really messes with you. I keep trying to smooth this out, and it's just, no, because the seam right here being black, and then this chunk being so uneven compared to everything else. But I mean, from the front, it actually doesn't look bad. Obviously, it doesn't look the way it's supposed to, but I think this is about it for Oblivia's haircut. I might do a little bit more later on. She looks a lot better than when she started, I think. I mean, nothing's going to fix a bad haircut, so like you do when you have a bad haircut, I'm going to put her in a hat. I'm going to make her a hat. I have to go through my fabric and see what color to make it. I might have to get some. We'll see when I get it. It'll be somewhere in this video. I mean, I just got her like 2 days ago when I'm filming this. You might not be seeing this for another 2 months. Maybe 3, who knows? I'm gonna move on to Noah though, because like I showed you earlier that the tail doesn't have any, I can kind of see little bits of where there was supposedly gray at one point. Now, if you watch my videos of customizing the Paw Patrol plush, you know that I have these fabric markers. I absolutely love this brand. This is really, really good. The only problem is they don't have a very wide variety of colors, but this is really nice. This is what I use to do this. If I had some brains, I would have filmed doing it, but it only took a few minutes. How to use these if you are not aware or didn't watch that video. You might think you just take the marker and go like that, but you can see that leaves things rather uneven. So what you end up doing is you put it on like that, and then you take a paper towel and you kind of rub it into the fabric, and you can see it leaves that kind of nice color. I'm not gonna go too heavy on it. For doing things like the face, this definitely requires a steady hand and at least some precision, so I definitely recommend practicing a little bit on a test swatch if you can before going to a plush. But yeah, this is absolutely great to have fabric markers like this, and like I said, I love the Tulip brand. I have heard that apparently you can use any alcohol ink markers to work on fabric. I have tried alcohol ink markers on fabric, and I absolutely disagree with that. Get a fabric marker, and these specific ones by Tulip, what I like about them, they don't require heat to set. Most of them, they're like, oh, you put them on and then you iron them, which I also got like some artsier ones and they were nice. They technically require heat to set, but I just didn't do that. So these will probably come off in the wash. I don't think I'll need to wash Noah again. Worst come to worst, I have to redo some of this stuff. I'm just really rubbing it to be sure that the color is nice and light. And there we go. He now has his tip tail. It's obviously different from Sage's. Sage's, like, you can't even really tell it's that much of a tip, but maybe I did a little much, especially since the online version doesn't really have a tip tail. And his face definitely is not as dark as the pictures make it out to be. But I am a-okay with this, and you know what? I'm the one who has to live with it, so. Well, it's been a bit since I decided to work on this video, but I have the fabric, so I'm gonna make a hat now. I've never made a hat. Let's see how this turns out. So I have a confession to make. I don't actually know what I'm doing with sewing. Someone once was like, hey, you know, you shouldn't be doing this type of stitch. You should be doing this other one that's a lot stronger. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like a good idea. If I knew what I was doing, I'd do it. I need to put a little rim on it and then seal up the edges, or a brim, a hat brim. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to find inserts for hat brims, because every time you try and look them up, you just get hats. I want just a plastic insert that I can cut. Wow, battery, that was rude! Anyways, I just want one I can cut to size, but figured they're like not sold in any stores and they're like impossible to find online without being super expensive. Like, it's a tiny piece of plastic. You can bend it and it holds its shape. Why is this so much money? So I'm not gonna have a hat brim. I'm just gonna kind of hope the fabric, because it's small, I'm just gonna kind of hope the fabric holds itself in place. And yes, I know, I am going to put ear holes, that way it doesn't just looking like this. These guys just, they have a way. Can you stop being a jerk for like 5 minutes? What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say? You're gonna be so spicy. I present hat. Okay, this actually turned out so much better than I thought it would. Like, holy cow, it only took me like 5 hours. God, this would have been so much faster if I had a sewing machine. And if I wasn't irrationally scared of sewing machines. But yeah, I actually think this looks pretty good, especially for my first attempt at a hat. I mean, this part kind of sticks up. I mean, the sticking up a bit works fine for the front bill, that way it doesn't cover the eyes, but back here it doesn't look that great. First I wasn't gonna do this, then I'm like, it needs a little back bill. It just needs it. I haven't pinned it on. I do that with Webkinz accessories and stuff. I use safety pins to stick it on so that way, you know, they don't fall off when I lose them, because that's happened to me way too many times. I kind of wanted to make this green, but the fact of the matter is I didn't have green fabric and I didn't want to go out and buy it just to make this tiny little hat that, you know, wouldn't even take a quarter of a yard, and I have this purple because I bought it. It's with my stuff. I am going to make the uniforms for my Paw Patrol characters plush. Eventually, it's happening sometime. So I just figured I'd use a little bit of that purple because I have it. Little Bob. Oh my god. I don't know why I made this video. I don't know why you're watching this video, but thank you for watching this pointless video, and I hope you stick around for more of my pointless videos. I will see you in the next one later. There goes the hat.